Hello and welcome to Trumica Nursery and Community Primary School. My name is Paul Slater and I'm the executive head of the school, and I've been here since 2010, taking over officially in 2012. And during that time the school has gone from strength to strength to strength, and we are currently a good school in Ofsted gradings, with our results continuing to get higher and higher. Now, we're very aware that during these COVID restrictions it's hard for parents who are new to looking around schools to get a proper feel for the schools that they might be interested in for their children. What we are hoping to offer is the opportunity to come and have a look around the outside of the school and look into classrooms but not actually go inside, so that everybody is kept safe, but you still get to meet some of our key staff and get to see the workings of the school on a normal day. More about that later as we travel around, but for now what I want to do is just show you a bit of the school and how things operate within the school. So we'll start with the main entrance to school. Now, this is where the staff come in and any visitors normally. The children themselves go either round the back, round this side, or they might come in through a gate which is down in the bottom corner near the bus stop and go around that way. When COVID isn't happening and all our plans aren't in operation, then there is also an entrance via Middleton Road on the other side of the school. But if we go in through the main entrance first, then you can actually see what happens as you come into school, and you'll be able to start meeting some of the staff. So as you come in, you'll see that we have more measures in place at the moment, but we have a clear office with Mrs Lane sitting there, and there's also Mrs Box, who is another one of our administrators. They will be there to greet you, welcome you to the school, and they contact you whenever there is an issue to do with the children, or even to just pass messages on. We also have a school business manager who works in this office. Her name is Anthea Collin, and she deals with all the finance side of things for the school and the general management of the school. So if we go further into the school, everything is security minded, so nobody can get in unless they have the proper badge. And then we come in and we see down the main corridor. So this is the main corridor of the whole school, and then we have branches going off it. In here we have, this is normally our dining hall. So we have all of the children normally in here in 3 sittings, so that they can have a school meal, which is all cooked on site. Children in the infants automatically are allowed to have a free school meal. So all children in reception are eligible for having that free school meal from the first day that they officially start in the school. At the moment, this is set up as our staff room so that we can keep all 2 metres apart from one another, yet still be able to talk to one another and discuss educational things that need to be discussed throughout the day. We then go around, and within here we have our head of school, and this is Mrs Hamer.
Hi everybody, and my name's Mrs Hamer and I'm head of school 5 days a week, so if you need me just contact me at head@trumica.lancs.sch.uk. Looking forward to seeing you all.
Okay, so here we are along the main corridor, and this leads down to the rest of the school. And the school now caters for about 380 to 400 children. It's grown from when I first came here, and we take 45 children in every year. So we have to split them in different ways, and I'll explain that when we get to the classes. This is the main hall. Now, at the moment it is set out again, it all looks rather different than it would normally. This is us getting ready for our Tigers after school club and breakfast club, for those children to be able to sit in their own bubbles and still be able to be catered for outside of school normal hours. Normally in here we would be having assembly 4 days out of 5, and we'd also be doing PE in here and sometimes music lessons as well. Each year, different year groups do different assemblies. So we have the year 3s who do a harvest assembly, we have the year 4s who lead on Easter, we have the year 5s who do the remembrance service, and different things will happen. And we also gather together for charity days like Children in Need and for Comic Relief, and we'd all be in this hall together, and we can just about fit at the moment. We also do a Star of the Week on a Friday, and each week we have a value that is shared with the children and explained to the children, and we say this is the value that we're all going to try and hope for this week and work towards. So it might be patience, as you can see on this board. And then at the end of the week on that Friday, the teachers will choose somebody in their class that has really shown patience, and we will celebrate them, and they will come home with a certificate, and we'll put them on social media and all of those wonderful things. So let's go back into the main corridor, and then I will take you down the corridor, and we'll head down and we'll go through everything from the youngest children all the way up to the oldest. Okay, so this is nursery. So this is for our preschool children who have started with us in nursery, and we can take nursery children from the age of 3, and we can take up to 30 in any one session. So we can cater for the 15 hours and for the 30 hours if you are able to claim those. And they have their own play area, which is outside. There's not many here today, as you can see. We also have a lean-to area, which again, the children can be out in all sorts of weathers, fully safe, all secure, and all contained within the classroom. And then we have a revamped area. This is available for all of the children to work. And from nursery, we go back up the main corridor, and then we go round. We've got a bit of a winding corridor that will then take us all the way down to our reception children, and you can see some of them outside on their specific playground as well. Now, most of our infants are along this corridor. We try and keep them all together so that there is a clear progression for them. But then we come in, and here we are in our reception middle, and again, this area is for all of our reception, and it means that they can all come and intermingle, so they're all in one bubble at the moment. These are our new starters this year, and they have this middle area that is shared between the 2 class spaces, one over here and then one over here. So we have 2 main teachers in reception. As I said earlier, we take 45, so that means we get a class of 22 and a class of 23. It means that we get to know those children really well, and they are supported by up to 4 different teaching assistants as well. So we have the teachers, we have the teaching assistants, and therefore the children get the contact that they really need. They also have a huge play area outside, so that we can get them outside as much as we possibly can, including in their own garden, which you should be able to just see down there. I'm just finding it difficult because I need to keep away from the children as well, because I'm not in their bubble. But it's all interlinked, and it means that the children can be outside as much as we can, under the canopy, getting involved in things, as well as having direct teaching within the lesson, within their own classrooms, for phonics and for early writing and for numeracy skills, amongst other things. So it's, as I say, it is all self-contained, and it all works well with the great number of staff that we have. So from reception, we then go down and we'll go towards our year 1 children. Now, I said earlier that we take 45, and what that means is, because we can only take 30 in an actual class, it means that we have to take the 15 oldest year 1s, and they go in with the 15 youngest year 2s to create their own class. So we have 30 in this year 1 class at the moment, but they're not in this room. But again, you can see that everything's been set up for the COVID restrictions, but there is plenty of space for them to be moving around, and once COVID's lifted, then they would all be in here working together. Hello, my friend. Now again, the infants then have their own play area. So there's another play area down there. These guys are all just being sanitised and having soap put on. Hello guys, give us a wave if you want. You gonna wave at me? There we go, super stuff. Yeah, so at the moment, with all the restrictions again, we then wash our hands continually before we come back in. So the older year 1s are in the year 1-2 mixed class, which is based in here, and again, it doesn't give the best feel because we've got tape down, we've got the children all sitting facing the same way, but they get the same curriculum. And the really important thing is that it doesn't matter about the ability of your child or which class that they're in, whether they're in the year 1 or they're in the year 1-2, because they will get the same curriculum. So year 1 and year 2, all of them will do the same topics at the same time, but they will do them at different depths, so we can get really to individual needs. So here we are in year 2.
Okay.
There's Mr Wells. Hello everybody. We're just having a look around. So year 2, also facing all the same way. Very different than it would normally be. As I say, they do the same topics at the same times, but we do individual teaching, so we see where the children are at and then we work from there. Now, having said that this is mainly an infant corridor, we had 2 classrooms built on about 3 years ago, so we've now got some of our juniors down here, and this year, because we've got 75 in the current year 4, we've put 2 of our smallest classes in because we've split that 75 between 3 teachers. So we've put 2 of our 25s down this corridor. So this is one of our year 4 classes.
There is the golf
Being
course.
taught by Mrs Armour, who's now embarrassed. But as you can see, we encourage everybody to have a go. Everyone's answers are valid. We thank them for their answers, and then if it's not the right answer, we then help them to understand where they've gone wrong and then help them to correct it and think for themselves. We then have another year 4 classroom in here, and they have a new qualified teacher, who's Mrs Birch. Hello guys, nice to see you. How lovely. Yes, so I've now just disturbed their learning. So we'll move on so that they get back to it. But as you can get, hopefully, from that, is the feel that this is a very happy school, and it means that the children all get involved with everything that we're doing in the school. We want to encourage them and give them that confidence that they can do anything and be involved in anything that we can offer. So we're back in the main corridor again now, and we're going to go down what we call the junior corridor, even though we've already seen 2 junior classrooms. Now we have another room here. I'm not going to go into this one. This is called the Den normally, and this is where Tigers, our after school club and our breakfast club, would normally be based. But again, at the moment, due to COVID restrictions, we've had to change that so we can use it as a breakout room for any children who need some support in different ways. We also have a teaching kitchen normally, and this is an area where the children will come down and they will do cookery, and they will learn about how to make pizzas and soup, and they will learn about all the health and hygiene that we have to do. But again, at the moment, we're not able to do that one either. And the same applies sadly to our library, which is usually just wonderful, but we've had to cover all the books over and everything is closed down, and this has become another breakout teaching space. So we'll move down the junior corridor. I'm not going to go into all of the junior classrooms because they look roughly the same, but we'll pop into a couple of them to give you a feel of it. So this is one of our year 3 classrooms. So again, as you can see at the moment, there's plenty of space there. There's a teacher at the front and there's a TA, and we have girls in every single classroom. All of the children have all of their kits with them, and they're able to just crack on with what their work is, and they all know what they should be focused on. Normally we'd have coats and bags and things down the corridors, but again, everything is kept inside at the moment. And then we have our year 6s who are our oldest, and you can hear.
Hello, Mr Slater.
It's very quiet in this room with year 6. Everywhere's been a lot noisier, but we're going to be very quiet. What are we learning about? The Victorians. Oh, that's why you're being so scared, because Victorian classrooms were so harsh. Yeah? You want to ask Mrs Moore about them? She'll be able to tell you all about it. Thank you very much. So we have 6 classrooms along here. We have another classroom for the year 5, 6, and we have our year 5s down at the very end. And again, we then have our own junior playground. So we'll just take a wander out there so you can see the size of that. So we've got plenty of outdoor space for the children to be as active as possible. So here we are on the junior playground. And as I say, we want the children to be as active as they can. It's not just about academia, it's not just about getting good SAT results, it's not just about maths and English. What we are after is we want children to be fully rounded, to have as many experiences as possible. One of the other things we want them to do is to get involved in everything. I mentioned it slightly earlier, and part of that is about any trips that we do, we try and make sure that they can all take a full part in them, and we'll reduce the costs as much as we need to in order to get everybody involved. And that can include taking Year 6 to London for the day, so that they get to go on the London Eye and have a proper look around at the main attraction points of London. It might be that we take Year 3, 4 to Borwick Hall for a night, Year 5, 6 go to the YMCA at Lakeside for 2 nights. We also take all the juniors in their classes going walking in the fells. We start on lower ones like Lough Rig, and we eventually get up to places like Helm Crag. So there is an awful lot on offer for the children. So that's our school. So we hope that you'll be able to come and visit us soon, and you'll be able to have a proper look around and come and meet some of the staff and really get a feel for our school. We're very proud of our school, and we're very proud of the children and all that they achieve here. They are very community minded. We want to be involved in our community as much as possible, and we do get involved in all of those charity events and anything else that is happening within our local area. We also want to make sure that families feel they are part of us. We call ourselves Trummacarians, and that means we want to get families and parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles, everybody involved with what we believe in at Trummacar. And it's all about making that your child as happy as possible, wanting to come into school, wanting to enjoy learning and to do their best. There is a slideshow now that you will be able to watch. You'll be able to click on a different link which will tell you a bit more about our school, but I hope this short video about how the school looks really helps. And if you've got any further questions, don't forget you can contact Mrs Hamer at any time using head@trummacar.lancs.sch.uk or contact the school office on 01524 851 043. Hope to see you in the very near future. Thank you.